A young child dies after drowning in a local pool. We're live with the latest on the investigation. Police swarm a home in Shaler Township this morning. One person was arrested in the incident. And the Supreme Court strikes down a section of the Voting Rights Act. Why they say the landmark law is unconstitutional.
A warm, steamy day in progress here for the afternoon. And once again, some thunderstorms will be popping up. I'll have your full forecast.
Watching KDKA TV News at noon in high definition.
Police are investigating after a 2-year-old boy was found unresponsive inside a backyard pool in Canonsburg. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill. The incident happened last night at a home on Richland Avenue. By the time family members got to him, it was too late. Brenda Waters joins us live with the latest. Brenda, what have you been able to find out?
Kimberly, this investigation involves the Canonsburg Police Department and the Washington County Coroner's Office. Now, I spoke with the Coroner's Office earlier this morning, and I was told the autopsy will not be complete until much later this afternoon. But what a horrific find for this Canonsburg family. This was yesterday. A 2-year-old boy found unresponsive in the backyard pool on Richland Avenue. Now, Blake Metzger was found just before 6 and died an hour later at Canonsburg General Hospital. Blake was found by relatives in an above-ground pool, and until the autopsy is complete, he is presumed to have drowned. I also made a call to the Canonsburg Police Department. They have no comment at this time until their investigation is complete, along with that autopsy. But we'll have more details for you as they come in to us. Reporting live in Canonsburg, Brenda Waters, KDKA TV News.
Okay, Brenda, thank you. New at noon, fire crews are on the scene of a tricky fire in East Huntingdon, Westmoreland County. News Chopper 2 flew over the scene earlier as sheds and dozens of tires burned on Sewage Plant Lane. The fire spread to the grass, touching off a brush fire. Thick, heavy smoke engulfed neighboring homes. Fire crews also had to spray down those homes to keep the flames from spreading to them as well. So far, no reports of any injuries. Also new this noon, police are investigating a deadly shooting in Indiana County. It happened last night along a walking trail near 6th and Penn Streets in Clymer. Police say someone heard shots, ran to the trail, and found the body of 46-year-old James Alexander of Ernest. Officials say he left a friend's party to go for a walk. He was shot in the head. No arrests have been made, but officials say the crime does not appear to be random. A preliminary hearing today for the man charged with trying to hire a hitman to hurt his wife's nephew. 50-year-old Gregory Travis of East Liverpool, Ohio, was arrested in Beaver County earlier this month after he met with an undercover state trooper. The meeting took place in the parking lot of a restaurant in Chippewa Township. Police say Travis was willing to pay $1,000 for the assault on his nephew. The two had been arguing over money. A busy morning for police in Shaler. SWAT teams there swarmed a home and arrested one person. Ross Gadati has that story.
Members of the Ross Township and Northern Regional Special Response Teams boarded their armored vehicles around 5 o'clock in the morning in Shaler Township. Within minutes, they were all over the neighborhood surrounding 404 Lexington Court.
It's pretty nerve-wracking to see a sniper right across the street from where you live at 5 o'clock in the morning. But
that is exactly what Jennifer Matthews witnessed as officers moved into position and issued an order.
Evacuate. And we were told to remain inside.
The show of force prompted by an alleged domestic dispute inside the building. A man, police say, beat his girlfriend. We spoke to an undercover officer involved in the situation. He asked we not show his face.
It happened quickly, and she had made contact with her sister, and her sister felt she was in danger, went to the house, and her sister helped her get out of the house. The sister was also assaulted while trying to get her out of the house.
Negotiators repeatedly tried to communicate with the suspect, 50-year-old Carmelo Dorenzio.
He did not answer the door, didn't respond to anything.
That would set the stage for a dramatic pre-dawn end to the standoff. Using a ladder and with firearms at the ready, the tactical team members breached the front door and upstairs windows.
You never know what you're getting into. It can change in a matter of seconds.
5 minutes after it began, however, it was over. TAC officers had Carmelo Dorenzio out of the building in handcuffs. and off to jail.
We run into him occasionally, but never said hi, never spoke words to him.
Police are not identifying the two victims. However, they say both suffered cuts and other type of wounds and were hospitalized for observation. Both are expected to be okay. Carmelo Dorenzo right now in the Allegheny County Jail. He is charged with unlawful restraint, terroristic threats, and multiple counts of aggravated assault. In Shaler, Ross Godotti, KDKA TV News.
Okay, Ross, thank you. Let's get you caught up on your forecast right now. Another hot, warm, humid day here in Pittsburgh. And when you add in that humidity, it feels a lot warmer than it really is. Let's check in right now with Dennis Bowman. Hi, Dennis.
Yeah, getting a little steamy out there on us. Let's go right to Viper weather radar. And just like yesterday, while all of a sudden just kicking off a few showers and thunderstorms, let's take you down close to this storm cell that's up at, or complex of storms up there to the northeast of us. And this actually prompted a warning over the past few minutes up in northern Clearfield County, just out of the viewing area up there. But some heavy rain, a lot of lightning strikes coming down just north of DuBois and then running on off to the north and east into central Pennsylvania. Elsewhere, we've got another storm cell we're going to take a quick look at, and that's the one that's just due north up in Mercer and Venango counties. And that's right near Mercer, as a matter of fact, north of Grove City. And again, not a severe storm cell on this one. It is putting down some heavy rain and is probably going to manufacture a couple of lightning strikes. How warm is it? Well, right now it's 82 degrees, partly sunny skies, and a west wind going at 9 miles per hour. We do have the potential of some late day storm activity affecting the area, spotty storms into the evening. The main issues will be some gusty winds, maybe a little hail, and certainly a heavy downpour or two in this very soupy air mass that we're in the throes of right now. So I have to keep an eye on that in the late part of the day, and we'll have the full forecast for you coming up in just a little bit. Kimberly?
Okay, Dennis, thank you. Parking may be a headache in Pittsburgh, but a new bill could stop things from getting worse. Pittsburgh City Council gave preliminary approval to a bill that would keep parking enforcement at 6 p.m. instead of extending it to 10 p.m. As part of a plan to rescue the city's pension, the Parking Authority wants to boost its contributions by extending enforcement and raising meter rates. City Councilman Corey O'Connor says he's worried that extending parking enforcement could harm businesses. A quick-moving fire damaged multiple homes in Homewood. It began last night inside a vacant home on Rosedale Street. The fire quickly spread to two neighboring homes. Responders faced some difficulties when a neighbor's dogs got out and prevented them from immediately accessing the fire.
I looked up and I could see this black smoke. I've been in 3 fires. I know that color anytime I see it.
It was totally engulfed. I don't know how I was able to sit next door and a house was burning that outrageous.
Well, the cause of the fire is still under investigation. And arson investigators were called to a fire on the south side. It started just before 4 this morning in a home on South Edwards Way near South 17th Street. Nobody was hurt. The Red Cross, though, is assisting one woman. And the Red Cross is also helping 2 adults and 5 children after a fire last night in West Mifflin. The fire started just before 9 o'clock at the Monview Heights apartment complex on Midway Drive. Firefighters pulled a second alarm before getting the flames under control. 2 people working in a mine in Armstrong County were hurt yesterday when a large rock fell on top of them. The miners were working about 6 miles inside the Tracy Lynn mine in Kiski Township. At first, officials thought the roof collapsed, but later realized the men were hurt by a large rock.
There was a piece of rock that was about 3 foot by 9 foot long by 3 inches thick that just fell out of the roof from in between roof support. While the 2 individuals were working in there, and one of them appears like it was struck a little bit more than another.
The miners were taken to Forbes Regional Hospital in Monroeville for treatment. One worker had a leg injury, the other had a back injury. Officials don't think their injuries are life-threatening. A woman from North Braddock is recovering after being attacked by a dog. Sheila White says she was walking her small dog along Copeland Avenue when a neighbor's pit bull attacked her. She was bitten on her side, and her dog was killed in the attack. She went to the hospital where she received a series of shots, including a rabies vaccine.
It came out, attacked me, then it attacked my dog, which ended up killing my dog. He literally shredded my dog. And I myself am pretty well banged up. This dog has ran out before. The police have been called to the house before about that dog, and nothing has still had been done. And now I have lost my best friend, my dog.
Well, police are investigating the incident. A man accused of threatening people in Frick Park with an axe is in jail today. 39-year-old Frederick Park is accused of swinging an axe at several people at Frick Park. In one case, police say Park knocked a water bottle out of a man's hand with the axe. Park is also accused of yelling racial slurs and throwing garbage at people. Police say Park lived in the woods after being kicked out of his father's home. Dozens of teachers, parents, and students are heading to the state capitol today. Details on their fight for more funding in education. And an American businessman held hostage by his own employees in China. Find out why when we come back.
It's Bowser's 30th anniversary, and they're celebrating with huge savings all month long. Stop into Bowser Subaru and lease the brand new 2013 Subaru Outback 2.5i CVT with auto trans, symmetrical all-wheel drive, remote keyless, and plenty of extras for just $279 a month with no money down and interest rates as low as 0% APR with approved credit. Just sign and drive. The power of Bowser is the power of price, service, and selection.
Well, that's the power of Bowser.
What makes the world's #1 kids park so special? 2 parks in one. Idlewild and Soak Zone. Double the fun, double the memories. Plus the all-new Floataway Bay. Last chance for a season pass, just $56.99. Or save $8 on tickets at Giant Eagle. Like us on Facebook. Idlewild and Soak Zone. Twice the fun.
We're all set to bundle your home and auto insurance together. I'll just press this and you'll save on both.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to bundle.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Let's get ready to bundle and save. Now that's progressive.
Oh, I think I broke my spleen.
Home insurance provided and serviced by third-party insurers.
Order in the court. Confused about debt consolidation and don't know where to turn?
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth!
Yes, they can! We're Steidl & Steinberg, and we have a few good men and women who have been helping people with debt problems for over 30 years.
We'll consult with you for free in one of our convenient offices near you and give you the truth.
So if you have an army of debt, give us a call or visit our website at goodbyedebt.com.
With our experience, why go anywhere else?
New this noon, teachers, parents, and students from all across the state are rallying for more funding in education. This morning, dozens packed a bus heading to Harrisburg for a rally to restore the nearly $3 billion gap in education funding that Governor Corbett cut from the Pennsylvania budget. As a result, budget woes have caused the closing of schools and the furloughing of 300 public school teachers in the last year.
This is support of public education. Obviously, we're not getting the kind of support we need or that our students deserve from Harrisburg. It's also in support of Philadelphia and some of the devastating effects of school closures that are there.
In the classroom, it's very common now to see 30 or 35 students in a class. It's very difficult when you have that many students. It's not impossible, but when we're asked to give sort of a individualized education to so many students, especially those with special needs, it makes it more difficult to do that.
Rallies will begin later this afternoon. Testimony continues in the criminal case alleging corruption for several members of the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. A single witness took the stand yesterday. Court adjourned early in the afternoon after the presiding judge allowed prosecutors to provide him with written transcripts of grand jury testimony rather than having it read into the record. A series of preliminary hearings is expected to last all week. A mother was attacked by an intruder as she was watching television with her children. The whole thing was caught on camera, and now the search is on for the suspect.
I'm Danielle Nottingham at the Supreme Court. Coming up, the court strikes down a major provision of the Voting Rights Act.
Behind the scenes with one of Pittsburgh's elite task forces.
Come on, bud, let's go to work.
It takes lots of practice to get onto this team.
It's a very unique process.
We'll take you inside the training.
Seek.
Today on KDKA TV News at 5.
It's rich, this life we share, filled with laughter and filled with care, 'cause we take our moments and make the moment rich.
Anchorage is proud to present Operation Inspiration, a program that honors and thanks America's military families.
'Cause we take our moments and make the moment rich.
Look for specially marked packages or visit our Facebook page to learn more.
The first choice for stair lifts, 101 Mobility. Locally owned and operated, 101 Mobility offers fast, reliable service and a free in-home evaluation. Call 412-267-7966 or go to pittsburgh.101mobility.com.
Something wicked is headed for Kennywood. The Black Widow. Spinning a web of exhilaration that leaves you breathlessly suspended 14 stories above the ground before releasing you in an arcing 68-mile-an-hour plunge. The terrifying Black Widow. Celebrate America June 30th through July 5th and save $10 with coupons from Giant Eagle. Feel the venom.
Details reveal so much in financial planning and in life. It's the little things that reveal big things, amazing things. Heffron Tillotson, Meticulous Wealth Management.
PNC Park can seat nearly 41,000 fans. That's the number of patients Highmark said it will move to their new hospital network away from UPMC's quality care. Without those patients, UPMC could be forced to close Shadyside and Mercy hospitals. More than 10,000. That's the number of jobs that would be lost. UPMC cannot sign a contract with Highmark that limits your access to UPMC's high-quality care.
Choose your health care as if your life depended on it.
At Molyneux, we're installation experts. We do it right the first time.
Welcome back. The Supreme Court has made a ruling in a case that challenged part of a landmark voting rights law. The court struck down a provision that was designed to protect minority voters. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court ruled part of the 1965 Voting Rights Act passed to protect minority voters, especially in the racially divided South, is unconstitutional. The justices voted 5-4 that Congress must go back to the drawing board and come up with a new formula for determining which parts of the country may still need to get advanced federal approval before changing their election laws. Shelby County, Alabama brought the case, arguing the South has changed in the last 50 years and the advanced approval requirement is no longer needed.
We have minority participation at record levels. We have minority candidates elected by 90% white populations.
A majority of the justices said Congress can't use 40-year-old data to determine which states still need pre-clearance to change voting procedures and must take into account racial progress. Civil rights leaders argue federal monitoring is still needed in some places, pointing to recent state laws that require voters to show government-issued photo IDs.
This decision by the court today is a game changer and leaves virtually unprotected minority voters in communities all over this country.
Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was among the justices who voted against the ruling. She said the court is ignoring history. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Police hope surveillance video will help them catch a suspect in a violent robbery and home invasion. This happened in Milburn, New Jersey. A mother was watching cartoons with her children when an intruder entered the home and began to punch her repeatedly. Each time she tried to stand to protect her children, he kicks, chokes, and punches her. She was tossed down the stairs after the suspect stole some jewelry. The victim was taken to an area hospital where she was treated for injuries to her face and legs. An American businessman is being held hostage in China by his own staff. The co-owner of a Florida-based medical supply company says workers stopped him from leaving his factory in Beijing 5 days ago. His employees say they're owed money and are worried the plant may close. They blocked every exit so he can't leave.
I think disappointment's a really good word. Yeah, I mean, they just want it to be resolved internally. I understand that, but that's just not the way I operate. It's having full access to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Walk around the facility with shifts of, always 60 people, 70, 80 people here all the time. That's a little intimidating.
The co-owner who you just heard from there says the employees haven't caused him any physical harm, but have disrupted his sleep by banging on doors and windows. The Taliban is claiming responsibility for an attack this morning outside Afghanistan's presidential palace in Kabul. Suicide attackers ignited a car bomb and battled security forces after infiltrating one of the most secure areas of the capital. A 90-minute shootout followed, and officials say all 5 assailants were killed, along with 2 Afghan guards. The Texas town devastated by a fertilizer plant explosion is now suing 2 companies. On April 17th, a blast killed 15 people and destroyed numerous homes and schools. The city of West accuses Adair Grain of negligently storing ammonium nitrate on its grounds before the blast. The suit also accuses CF Industries of selling about 200 tons of the compound without investigating whether the plant could store it safely. President Obama is talking climate change today in Washington. The White House says he'll announce his plans to reduce carbon pollution, which he committed to during his inauguration address in January. A recent survey from the Pew Research Center shows 42% of Americans believe humans are causing the Earth to get warmer. Another 23% believe the Earth is getting warmer, but they believe it's the result of natural patterns.
Weather-wise, we're pretty quiet in southwestern Pennsylvania. It is not the case up around that Interstate 80 corridor. You can see these showers and storms are coming in, some of them pretty vigorous here from the west-northwest over to the east-southeast. In fact, we'll stop our time-lapse loop, and I think we better take you down for a closer look at a couple of these cells here. Do a little storm tracking, too. These are scooting off out of the area well east of Du Bois at this point of the going, but down a little closer here, we've got these storm cells that are moving just about eastbound on over towards parts of, well, that's going to catch a little bit of northern Jefferson County and continue off into central Pennsylvania. We'll back out the display and then take you down a little closer to what we've got almost due north of us up there, right along the Venango and Butler County lines. As a matter of fact, we'll take you down close for that. That's an impressive cell, not severe, but it's got 40-mile-an-hour winds contained in it, and also the possibility of a little bit of hail as that moves on off to the east. So we'll continue to watch that for you. Again, everything kind of on a west to east move up there around that Interstate 80 corridor. Let's take a little look at our weather bug situation. We've had a lot of sunshine for you today, and that's a mixed blessing, a very warm, soupy air mass in place. You're looking into Robinson Township right now, and one thing that all the sun does kind of destabilizes things and just helps to add a little fuel to the fire, so to speak, to give us a bumpy ride for any thunderstorms that will be firing up. Looking into Plum Borough, there's still predominantly sunny sky, just a few streaks of very high cloud cover, and temperatures are flirting with that 80-degree mark. In fact, Beaver Falls giving us 86 up there, 80 in Burgettstown. Well, we'll check out the maps here for you today. The day planner, first of all, going to 86 here at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There could be a thunder shower in the area. Certainly have to allow for that. And as we run on into the evening hours, a thunderstorm potential there, 83 at 8 o'clock. And then your basic partly cloudy at 11. And we're back down to 76 degrees. So certainly any thunderstorms that pop up, again, drenching downpours, possibility of some hail in addition to the lightning and the gusty wind threat. Now you're looking ahead to tomorrow. Heaviest thunderstorms going to be running across the Ohio Valley area. We're right on the eastern extent of what would be a slight risk of severe weather. And I think the best chance of getting the stronger storms will be in the late day regime and on into the day on Thursday for, again, some strong storms. Basically, a lot of sun out there until you hit that storminess situation up there around Interstate 80. Little waves of upper atmospheric low pressure going to be riding along here, keeping the atmosphere very unstable as we roll along the next few days. High today is going to be up around 86. We'll do it again tomorrow after a low of 69, 86 degrees. Late day storms carrying on into Thursday, and some of these strong to perhaps severe. Mostly cloudy with a thunderstorm on Friday as we cool it off a little bit, 79. 81 on Saturday. Got to allow for a thunderstorm. Then on Sunday, can't climb out of this. Partly cloudy, and again, a chance of a thunderstorm out there as we keep the moisture around. That's your forecast. Kimberly?
Okay, Dennis, thank you. It's a classic Apple computer, and techies are going wild over it. Find out how much it's worth. And here's a look at the big board on the New York Stock Exchange right now. Stocks are holding on to their gains so far today. A lot of green up there on the big board. The Dow is up more than 106 points right now. Also up are the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Stacy Smith will join me at 4 o'clock to have a look at the final closing numbers later this afternoon.
Yes, this Wednesday.
I'm crazy.
Super outgoing.
I'm a little loud. The new Big Brother house guests are so nice.
I love my mama.
So funny. So needing.
Oh my God.
To win you over.
What is going on here?
This summer, America has the power.
What does that mean?
Because this twist is so big.
This big?
Bigger.
We'll need your help to pull it off.
This is crazy.
Julie Chen hosts the Big Brother season premiere CBS Wednesday.
What do we love about summer at Eaton Park? It's Smiley's birthday. All kids' meals are only 99 cents. Only at Eaton Park. Visit findsmiley.com for a Smiley appearance near you.
We were prepping for my dad's party, but I got the big surprise when all our drains backed up. Lucky for me, I called Galease.
Galease won't clog any drain for just 99 bucks. And we're there the same day or you don't pay, even weekends, guaranteed.
Call Galease.
In over 50 years, there's nothing at AMCO we haven't heard.
My car goes...
and can't fix. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free.
Hey, it's your buddy Terry for your local AMCO dealers. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
AA MCO.
Hey, like saving major moolah? You a AAA member? Thought about joining? Well, this is for you. A limited time private event for AAA members. The 5% Price Slicer travel sale. Walk-in deposit between June 22nd and the 29th and get 5% off select economy vacation packages to deluxe tours and cruises worldwide. The 5% Price Slicer travel sale. June 22nd through the 29th. Some restrictions apply. Ask your AAA travel agent for participating partners and details.
Stop driving that lemon. You could get a new car or refund, and help is free. Call 1-800-LEMON-LAW.
Driving a lemon? Make the call to 1-800-LEMON-LAW.
The KDKA Sports Report is brought to you by Allegheny Sports Medicine.
Westfield Insurance Hometown Haiku, Saturdays at 11 on KDKA TV.
Ogilvy Resort's Great Escape. 3 days, 2 nights for a family of 4, just $389. Easy, affordable, and perfect for the entire family. 1 hour from Pittsburgh.
Today on KDKA TV News at 5, behind the scenes with an elite Pittsburgh task force. It takes lots of practice to get on this team. We'll tell you more about it and take you inside the training today on KDKA TV News at 5. And some big fans of Apple products are planning to bid on a very old computer. Christie's Auction House in New York opened bidding yesterday on one of the few remaining original Apple computers. There isn't much to it, just a circuit board without a casing. It was built in 1976. Only about 200 were built. This was one of the first products designed by Apple's co-founder, Steve Wozniak. It was designed in Steve Jobs' parents' garage. They expect the computer to sell for between $300,000 and $500,000. Here's Dennis.
That's amazing. Let's close off with another look at Viper weather radar. I got a strong thunderstorm cell, not severe, but up there in Venango County, just south of Franklin and moving almost due east, just a little south of due east, and that is putting down some rain. Also a couple of lightning strokes in the area. So just kind of keep your eyes peeled for additional storms as we get into the late afternoon and evening hours.
Will do. All right, Dennis, thank you. And folks, we thank you for joining us. That is the news for now. Please stay tuned for the Young and the Restless and for the latest news, traffic, and weather. Remember, you can always go to our website, KDKA.com. I'll see you back here this afternoon at 4. Have a great afternoon.